Hello my fellow hound dogs, and welcome back to Planet Crafter. And like before, I was gonna play Alien Isolation, but then, I don't know. I must be Alien Isolation out for a bit. I don't know. I do not know. Maybe I'll take a break from it and do a game in the interim, do a different game in the interim, other than Planet Crafter. But I'll have to figure out what that is. But for right now, Planet Crafter, welcome back. So we are 35% of the way there. We are getting good progress on all of the numbers, which is nice. I need probably some more machine optimizers would be a good start. So that would be so 2 explosive power uranium. Okay. What do I need for explosive power again? I forget. It's been a minute. Not really, but it's still, yeah. But anyway. Let's see. So I need 2 sulfur. 2 more sulfur. Do I have any more sulfur? Got 1. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna go get more. Yeah, no, holiday week, weekend, what do you guys got going on? You guys got anything interesting planned? Any family time planned? Anything fun going on? You know, just good times all around, I'm assuming, hopefully. You know, let me know. I'm interested. But no, we're going to go to the sulfur mines here real quick. We're going to go get some more sulfur. And we're going to get more explosive powder. And then we're going to do a couple more machine optimizers. So that way, hopefully, we can... we can get a move on here and not have to sit around too much longer for things to keep going. I might start streaming this and then kind of do what other YouTube channels do and kind of editing down the videos to like kind of interesting moments. Not really interesting moments, but like major developments. But I don't know. I never really kind of studied the world of streaming. I've only ever really kind of delved into YouTube, only because it was something I was familiar with, like video editing software and stuff like that. But I might. Methinks me might, but maybe not right now. But anyway. Oh, and I'm also redoing my my logo too, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I've ever said this before, but I went to school for digital arts, and studied graphic design in high school, which was nice. Got to meet a whole bunch of talented people, which is great. But no, I really liked the image editing and video editing part of it, which is why I do YouTube just a little bit, just to kind of keep at least part of that alive, for me at least. But anyway, no, I've never really delved into the world of streaming just because it's not something that I was used to, but maybe I might. And then, I love how I went on a tangent there. No, I am redesigning the logo for my channel, which is great, and then I'll redesign the backdrop too. I just exited the sketch stage, so that's nice, where you basically just sketch down a whole bunch of fucking ideas and refine each and every one of those ideas until you reach a point where you can't refine anymore, and then you move on to the next one, move on to the next one, move on to the next one. I want to say like the average is about, like the bare minimum I want to say for sketches is like 150 some odd sketches, which I did do the minimum. I will be honest, I did do the minimum, but I think it'll look great. I think you guys will like it. So I got like 2 or 3 kind of ideas that I'm playing with, that I'll go into more detail on in Illustrator, and then I'll go and go from there. If you guys don't know what all I'm talking about because you've never entered the realm of design, welcome. You are now not officially but unofficially indoctrinated. Essentially, what I was talking about is that in the world of like artsy stuff, or especially like professional digital art and stuff like that, there are several steps that you've got to kind of take before you even think about the final product, or before you even like, and this is kind of like what one of my art teachers said to me too, which was like, you can't just focus on the final product. Like, sure, you'll have an idea in your head of like what you want to do, and even then, like, it can change almost immediately as soon as you start putting pencil to paper. Like, it happens. It's a part of whatever process you do as an individual. But don't rush it, and don't try and get to the final product almost immediately, because otherwise you'll come up with garbage. And one of my other teachers also said 90% of the quote unquote 90% of the shit that you make is gonna be garbage. It's just how the way the world works. So if there are any artists that are watching my channel and you feel like you're just not quite there, you're not quite where you want to be, do not sweat it. Trust me, don't sweat it, because in all honesty, like, you'll literally beat yourself up and think you're not good enough when you're actually really good at what you do, and you need to just take ownership of that, right? Personally, I don't think I'm all that great, but maybe I should take my own advice just a little bit, but no. And plus, it'll help me build up my portfolio a little bit. I need to build my portfolio. And one thing that I've been told too was that, like, your portfolio in school looks leagues different than kind of like a professional portfolio, if that makes any sense. So like, they can tell you just got out of school. So I don't know. I've been working on my website too. I've got it like 90% of the way done. I just need more work to add into it, but no, I just no. Figure I'd share some advice. Just not even just advice, like just what I've kind of learned just a little bit in general. But anyway, let me go ahead and go here. Honestly, shit, I could explain the different not techniques, not styles, what is it? The different layers of design and what I consider to be important, not necessarily what might be important. And I'm not like I'm at that awkward stage where I haven't gotten my first like step in the door yet. You know, but I've got enough to where I can get by, and I can keep, as long as I keep up with refining my skills, the better it will be for me. But anyway, no, quite literally, like, you start off from nothing, right? You start with a blank page, and that's the most daunting part, is really just the blank page, like finding out like what you want to do. Sometimes it's easy, like if you're at a company. I find it easier whenever I'm assigned something, especially with my ADHD. It just kind of like scatterbrains me and makes it so that way, yeah. And just to explain what I'm doing here, I'm actually looking through this wreckage to see if there was anything left behind, like upgrade part wise or anything like that. That way I could come in here and snag it and see if I could get one of the optimizers up and running. But anyway, sorry about that. Ugh. No, like you start off with a blank page, and especially as somebody with ADHD who gets distracted very easily, I'm always looking for like that kind of like instant gratification, which means that definitely sitting down for like not even like, I would say you want to spend, at least for me, what works for me is that you want to spend like at least a couple minutes, you know, on each sketch. You don't want it to look like dog water, but you don't want it to look finalized either. It's that first step, that first step. And even before you put pencil to paper, you want to start with like your mood board or something like that. Just do, like, even doing like a cursory glance at like what other people are doing can help you leagues above what you're already like on your own. And granted, I find it easier not to necessarily think about color in the beginning because, in all honesty, like that's even though color is a big part of branding and is a big part of like color theory and making sure everything comes together and that kind of thing. I tend to focus more on the actual layout, the lettering, the background, the whatever, like on whatever project that I'm working on, that is the first thing I will go to is like, okay, what like what um what is the essence of the thing that I am trying to make? Like, is it an ice cream shop? Is an ice cream shop needing rebranding? Is it a fancy Italian restaurant that needs rebranding? Is it I don't know. Is it you? But anyway, you get my point. It's just one of those things where it's one of those things where it's kind of like different for each person, and that's why I like art, is because it's different for each person. Granted, your style might not necessarily be the style for the industry, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? But no, really, just if you do like a cursory glance, like for example, for the rebranding for the logo that I'm doing now, I started off. I didn't necessarily make an official mood board quite yet, but I will probably here in a minute. But I looked at but because I've literally always had an idea of like necessarily what I wanted to do with my logo here, and it might come with a name change too, for my YouTube channel, and just kind of like rebrand it just a little bit. But no, literally I started off with like, okay, the dog house gamer. What words or what way can I eliminate some things in order for it to be like more streamlined, more fluent, more understandable? Like what could I get rid of? What can I change? What can I add? What could, you know what I mean? And that's really like your first step. So then I settled on like doghouse gaming. Perfect, right there. Right? So then you go from there and you go, okay, well, like, what kind of things are associated with dogs? What kind of things are associated with gaming? What kind of things are associated with houses? You know, it's just one of those things where you have to search around. You gotta look around and see, like, okay, well, what different symbols and iconography and all this other different types of things are gonna get people to, are things that people recognize. People like, because people are drawn to like symmetry and symbols and repeat patterns. Like, our brains are like hardwired for that shit. Like, seriously, you go out there and you look at, like, okay, one of the most famous examples that I can give is somebody going out there and looking at clouds, right? You always see a scene in like a romance movie or hell, I'll even use Up, where things kind of, hold on. Sorry about that, but anyway, no, it just really kind of just depends upon like different iconography, and really where you're going with it. Because, like, for example, if you're doing a flower shop, you might do like I don't know, something close to like maybe a thing of lavender. I've always loved drawing lavender. Lavender's great, like, especially to draw. Like, shit, that is like perfect, like awesome. Just, I don't know, just scratches that itch in my brain. But anyway, that's besides the point. ADHD talking here. That's besides the point. No, you really want to start with like different like symbols and things, but you don't want to go too cliche, or you don't want to go too obvious with it, because then it can kind of hit somebody in the head. You don't want to do that. You want to make kind of, you don't want to give it away. You want to at least have it kind of somewhat understandable, at least. But it just depends. It really just depends, and it's really just depends upon the customer's taste or your client's tastes, or hell, in this case, my own tastes, on where you want to go. And there are different cycles of design and different cycles of like art and media and different types of things. Like, if you look at, like, for example, like the 1940s and the 1950s and the 1960s, like, they're all going to be like different. Like, they're all going to be different, and they're all going to be like a certain type of way. And if you take a look, you can actually see where different like styles and different meshes like come together, where they literally, quite literally, what was I going to say? Where they quite literally, like, diverge and merge, diverge and merge. Like, there's different patterns. Like, for example, the stock market. There's always going to be predictable times of highs. There's always going to be predictable times of lows sometimes. It just depends on, like, not necessarily say the stock market is predictable. You get what I mean. There are going to be different, like, sways and different things, and they're always going to come back to that kind of repeat cycle of certain things that'll come back. Like in today's day and age, we are going through a more minimalistic cycle. So, like, for example, Taco Bell simplifying their brand, McDonald's simplified their brand like a couple of years ago. Like, their Starbucks is a great example. If you look at Starbucks and look back in the early 2000s at the Starbucks logo, and then look at it now, we're going through a process of minimalistic changes. This is what we're going through. Like, that's why if you ever see, like, the memes where it goes, like, where did this place go? I was a 90s kid, like, why are buildings always so gray and whatever? It's just it's the flow of the way that design is going. And we did this before. Like, we did minimalistic before, and then we did, like, in the 80s and 90s and whatever, where the fucking design just exploded and did, like, a whole bunch of shit. Like, if you ever take a look at some design from freaking, from the freaking 90s, and some even from the 70s, man, it just looks like they were high on something and decided to just draw, and that's great. But it's also like, no. But no. I guess this entire video is just going to be me talking about design for 30 minutes. But anyway, no, it just really is what you want to do. Like, for example, like take this rock right here. Right? Alright, let's see. Can I crouch? No, I can't. Damn it. But, like, you see, like, the different textures and something. Like, this is a 3D map. Or a 3D... It's not necessarily a 3D map, but, like, a mesh. This is a mesh that went over this 3D sculpted or blended object. You know what I mean? Like, in the way you painted it onto that mesh or that map affected the way that it turned out here. Same with the ground, really, too. Like, this is all like, here, let's see if we can try and find a repeat pattern here. Right there, there's that too. Let's see, where is it? They actually did a really good job. I'm kudos to the people who did their textures, or not even their textures, but their mapping on the ground here. That they did not. If the texture was repetitive, like I think it is, there would be another spot exactly like this one, or exactly like this one, or somewhere along here, but I can't seem to find it. So they did a really good job, actually, of blending their textures, which is nice. Essentially what I'm saying is that they basically went and put the texture overlapping something, and then they basically took what is it called? A mask, and they went over and they redid it, and then they combined them, and then they went and you could use the clone stamp tool, you could use, like, whatever, because it's very hard with textures are very hard, because freaking people look for patterns in literally everything. Like, you can spot a repeat texture from a mile away. Like, literally, like, for example, if I was standing, like, that's a repeat texture. Right there. That side is identical to that side. Right there. Those are two identical sides. That line and everything is identical to that side, or at least it looks identical to me. Yeah, it's identical. And I'm sure if we went around to the other side, like, there would be one that looked like that a little bit, and the one that looked like, yeah, no. That is a good example right there. Because if you're far enough away, and really if you're far enough away, you can see it where, like, it repeats. And that's something you want to try to avoid, but no, the ground here is really nice. Probably because they're They're not expecting some idiot to be looking off into the distance and be going, huh, that looks similar, huh? Yeah, no, but no, because see, like, everything that you're close up to in this, oh shit, I'm gonna die of oxygen, that's lovely. Well, I think this is my first death in this run, actually. So, yay, I guess. Anyway, but no, like anything that's up here, anything that's like your eye level or close enough to where like you're gonna see it, they probably went ahead and fixed things and made things look different. But no, that texture looks pretty damn identical to the one on the other side. I might be wrong, but that looks practically similar to the other side, but no, and even then, like for design, like not even just design, just in general, it's always good to do like, it's literally like the first step you do, like, it's, in my opinion, all right, in my opinion, I'm gonna say something. It's people that do art are probably going to tell me, no, why are you saying this? You're an idiot. Like, it's what it is. But in my opinion, like, I like to just, like, sketch on paper. Like, if I'm doing a logo or something, or if I'm doing, like, a digital painting or something else with the background, midground, foreground, anything, really, I really don't care. I like to do, like, sure, I'll do my research and be like, okay, this is how the light would look if it comes from this angle versus this angle. This is how this would look if it comes from here, here, and here. But ultimately, I kind of just do most of my stuff freehand. I don't necessarily particularly like plan out each and every step. Okay, this mountain has to be like 3.5 pixels lower on this side than this other background mountain, which has to be 25.5 pixels higher on this side. Like, I can't do that. I can't plan that intricately with it. I have to do my sketches. I have to have some artistic liberty and process with it. Some people can do it that way, and that's fine, and produce repetitive results each time. Don't get me wrong, that's one way to do it. I just can't. I can't. This is what it is. Not my blood. It ain't in my blood. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and try and ebb my conversation, because I really haven't made any progress here, have I? Except for just waiting for this to go up. But anyway, no. I was gonna say, I need to go find some more. Of course, I had oxygen freaking bottles on me. Lovely. I'm gonna go find and see if I can find an amplifier. Let's see if I can find an amplifier in one of those wreckages, because I want to say that there was one. I want to say that I left one behind in one of the wreckages out here. But I could be wrong. I'll explore that wreckage, and then I think I'll call it an episode. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk for well over 10 minutes, 20 minutes about art, digital art. But alas, here we are. I didn't get much done, which kind of sucks, but I mean, is what it is. But no, anyway, back to, like, literally the first thing I practically said in this, other than the introduction, was, like, how are you guys' holiday plans? Are you guys doing anything fun? Anything with family? You know, anybody that you're excited to see? Any place that you're excited to visit? You know? Anything. Let me know. Let me know down in the comment section below. I greatly appreciate it. No, that's not gonna work. That one's broken down. There's something in there. Nice. I'll take those then. Break that down. Beep beep. Bit. Well, I didn't find anything. I didn't find anything upgrade-wise, which sucks, but I mean... I'll keep progressing on. I will keep pressing on. I think I'll get back to the base. Back to the base! Sort this out, and then I think I'll call it there. Well, we didn't get much done, except for building that one thing. We didn't get much really done. But, I mean, we did have some interesting conversation, I'd hope. Maybe it's just me rambling on for 20-some-odd minutes about essentially, basically what it boils down to is that it is what it is, and you guys do you when it comes to like art stuff, and that it really necessarily, not that it doesn't matter, not that industry standards don't matter, but it's ultimately you guys do you. Create what you want to create. I mean, shit, if anything's stopping you, like, knock it down. But alright. With that being said, I think I'm gonna end this episode here. We are at 69.2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're getting there. We're getting to the Moss stage. We're getting up there. But yeah, no. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you found some of the rambling, I will call it, interesting and insightful in any way, shape, or form. Now, any art questions or anything like that, like if you guys got questions about art, or if you guys are making art and stuff like that, like throw it down in the comment section. Shit, I'll take a look. I love art. Like, seriously. I love games. I love game art. Like, one of my favorite moments from like kind of relates to video games and art at the same time was Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Like, they have some really like some of those sections were like beautifully done, which is awesome. But anyway, that sidetracked. If you guys have any art that you guys are doing or working on, show me. I'd be more than happy to take a look. But anyway, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. Let me know what you think of the video down in the comment section below. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys!